Hi, my name is Waz, and you're watching The Music Enthusiast.
Comes to addiction for prescriptions, always finding their way back. There's no medicine for that. No medicine for that. There's no medicine for that. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Music Enthusiast, and today I'm here with Waz. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So good. I'm obsessed with your music, and I'm so happy to be chatting with you. So,
Oh, thank you. That means the world.
how's your day been so far?
It's been good. Nothing too eventful. Yeah, didn't really done anything. I've kind of been sitting around a little bit.
That's
A little
okay.
lazy day.
Have you been like watching any shows or movies or listening to podcasts lately?
I've gotten into podcasts actually.
Okay.
I used to never like be able to do it because I'm very fidgety and I have a hard time sitting still. But recently I've gotten into like true crime podcasts.
Yeah. Same.
Oh, those are the best.
Yeah. Not the best obsession, but yeah. I
Yeah,
just
it's weird. I don't know if it's like chill. Like I don't know if it's really okay.
I just like how they like find out who did it.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
it's
it's really
it's intense.
yeah.
I was on a plane recently and it was like the only way to pass the time. And it
Yeah.
literally felt like 10 minutes had passed.
Yeah, and podcast is such a good like background music thing when you're doing
Mhm.
as well. It's so great.
Yeah, and there's this other cool one I got into. It's cool because this one's like more informative. There's a good songwriting one that I've been listening to that's also super interesting. It's actually two. There's like the Rick Rubin one. I think it's called Broken Record.
Okay,
And then there's I think it's what is it? I think it's songwriter theorist. So
cool,
or songwriter theory. There we go.
cool. I have
Mhm.
to get into those more. I know there's like ones where they like dive into albums and how they're created, and I just never get
Yeah.
a chance to listen to them, but I probably should.
Mhm. You should check it out. It's super cool. There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah, totally. What is your fondest musical memory?
I think I have a few. The first one's interesting because the first one I have a song about, which is fun. Like I think it's my first memory ever. It was
Okay.
like it was been like one or something. And we were driving around in Pennsylvania. I was with like my mom, and then I had my two other brothers. I was in the middle back seat, and it was Fleetwood Mac's "Landslide" playing.
Yeah.
And I know that was, I guess, her favorite song, or whatever. It was weird. So that moment, I don't know. It's like the first thing I can remember. It always stuck with me.
That's awesome. And that one too, that like you have pretty good memory.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I have like bad short-term memory, but I could always remember stuff from like years ago. And my brother's like, "How the fuck do you remember that?" You have any fun musical memories?
I think maybe like my first concert ever, I saw Taylor Swift.
Oh, word.
Yeah, during like the Speak Now tour, I was like in
Ooh.
grade two, maybe or
Mhm.
grade one, I'm not sure. And I remember that like after the show, we were outside waiting for my dad to pick us up, and there was like a Taylor Swift truck, like it had her face on it for some reason.
Mhm. Oh,
And
wow.
oh my God, is she in there? Like, is Taylor Swift in like the truck? And my mom
Mhm.
was like, no.
Just a random truck with her head on it.
I don't even know if it was like a cover girl thing or it was just like
Mhm.
her album, but
Yeah,
yeah, big
that's
budget
crazy.
tour.
You gotta find the Taylor Swift truck bus thing.
Yeah, totally. I wanted to talk about Medicine. It is
Mhm.
such a good track.
Oh, thank you.
I've been a fan since Child Support, and Medicine is just amazing. So can you talk about the creative process for this track?
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah. It went through like a couple different like random transitions. Like there's a version of the song somewhere in my phone. It's like complete every single word is different. So it was weird to like do that with a song where you're just like fuck it and we switched everything around. I think between me and my manager and like collaborators and stuff, they were all like that's a flex. I'm really proud of that song, but they were always like very like, are you sure this one you really like it? And I was like, I swear we got to keep working on it. It's gonna be sick. And then it worked. I like to listen to my songs occasionally, but it's the only one that I go back to like frequently. You know,
Yeah.
it means a lot to me. It's a good song.
Yeah.
You know, not to say like, oh, I was like, it's a good song. I don't know why I said that, but I like it. I'm very proud of it, and I feel like of all the songs I've written, I feel like That one I'm proud of because I feel like it's the one where I said exactly what I wanted to say. There wasn't like a little line that I'm like, fuck, I wish I could have fit something about that in there.
Was it sort of hard to be the most honest you could in a song, or did you not have a problem with it at all?
It's interesting because a lot of the with the other songs, like a lot of them, and all the ones that are out, I go into stuff with like my family or whatever.
Mhm.
That stuff weirdly was a lot easier to go into than this. I think like family stuff, like when you're a kid and stuff, you go through stuff. That's never your fault, I think,
Yeah.
for obvious reasons. Because like when you're like a little baby, you just kind of you're there. You can't do much. You know, can't get a job, can't leave, and that is no one's fault, or not the person's fault. So it's easier to like feel empowered by that and kind of own that and feel like I'm going to express this. Whereas I think what medicine's about, it's about my experience with like addiction. And I have this brain thing called BPD,
Mhm.
and that's what it's about. And I think with that stuff, because while it's no one's fault if they have like a mental illness, I think certain behaviors I've indulged in that I think they're kind of like a source of shame in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So being able to, that was really hard, but over time, I remember like there's this lyric in there where it's like James out on the parking lot asked me about finding God. That one took that was like a weird one because that was actually my friend. We were at a restaurant in the parking lot and he asked me, he was like, because this was when I was getting really bad with the addiction stuff, and he was like, you need to find God. Um, and it was strange. It was just I don't know, I'm rambling, but yeah, it was hard with that one.
I mean, but the song's amazing.
Thank you.
And also you are 4 months sober, so congrats to that.
Hey, thank you. It's weird. I would have been, I think like 9 months, but I biffed it one night, but it's okay. You fall off the wagon and then you get back on it and it's fun.
Exactly. Congrats again. The
Thank
song
you.
is
Thank you,
amazing.
Sarah.
No problem. I love how it changes tempo and it just gradually gets louder the more you listen to it. Like, was this always the idea for the track, or did you have like other ideas where like maybe it was slower or it was just like fast all the time?
You know what? Weirdly enough, yeah. So what happened, like the reason the outro of the song is like that, where it's just the cacophony of me just yelling a lot, that was weird. We were just kind of gonna have like it was gonna be a lot chiller. Like we were gonna, have just one of those vocal takes,
Yeah.
and then just something kind of like not slow, but like medium tempo over it. But we did two takes just to see which ones we liked. But then my producer Dallas played both of the takes at once accidentally, and we were like, "Whoa, that's awesome!" And then we just kept going with it. And then we had like the original version we have. It's like just the guitar because we never added the drums yet. And then slowly we just started throwing things under it. Like I have like there are guitar takes under in that like are like a year apart from like when they were there. And there's like I think my friend Mike threw some stuff in there. We took out the old drums and I just called my friend Mike and I was like, "Do you want to do drums?" He didn't even play the drums. He has the set because he was trying to learn, but he just didn't do it. And then one day he was like, "Yeah."
That's so funny though. Do you remember what was the first thing that come about for this track? Was it like a specific lyric or the beat?
hmm Actually, with a lot of the songs, it's the guitar. I went out to LA with my manager, and I had never gone that far from New York. And I was sitting on his couch, and I had the little guitar, and it was like the first thing I made. It's nothing crazy. It's just like a little two chord thingy. And I was like, I like this.
Yeah.
And that is where it started. And then the melody, and then the lyrics. They kind of went back and forth a lot.
Awesome. You're very honest in your songs, and that's what one of
Thank
the
you.
things I love about you.
Oh,
Um,
appreciate it.
was it always easy for you to be honest in your tracks, or did it take a while for you to open up that honesty?
Yeah, I think it took a while. There's certain things that were easier than others. I think it's just kind of like I was always down to do like little passing lyrics about sad things, or not necessarily sad. I think sad is fine, but like specific like family stuff. Like I didn't know how far I can go with it and how far I was comfortable going with it. Like I'm always down to talk about stuff. Like I'm one of those people, as you could tell, I try to work on it. I do talk a lot. sometimes and like too fast. In songs it was different. Like there was like a weird shyness that I don't have in my like normal like day-to-day thing. So it was a weird kind of thing to work on. And then eventually I think it was once we wrote Pennsylvania, I think. It was also one of the other ones where it's like I feel like I said everything I needed to say.
Yeah.
Once I wrote that, I feel like that got out the bulk of my emotion. And then talking about it from that point on got a lot easier. So it's like I needed that song to kind of break the glass a little bit.
The last EP you released was your debut one.
Mhm.
It was released last year. It's an amazing project.
Thank you.
What can you tell us about what's to come next?
Lots of stuff. We got we got a lot of music. I was looking at the folder the other day of the songs, and it's like a lot of stuff. More music. I can't wait to get into doing more live shows and going to different places. That is, I think, what I'm looking forward to the most. I think that's my favorite part of doing things.
And what does your
Love
show
shows.
look like?
It's fun. It's literally like me and then like technically three, but four because we have our friend Jesse who is always sat behind the amplifiers with a laptop doing like the backing track stuff. And it's like I've been playing with them for like years, like when we were in like silly bands like the school and stuff. And now, we're doing this. And yeah, we just make jokes. Like I remember when we did our last show, we just told the crowd on several occasions that we had to like hurry it up because our friend B-Dog had soccer practice. He didn't. We just thought it'd be funny.
That's so funny though.
But we have fun. There's a lot of like audience participation.
Yeah, I mean that's the most important thing. I love that.
Always. Thank you.
No problem. If you could describe your music as an animal, which animal would it be?
You know what? I think I might know. I was talking to my friend the other day, and one of our friends, his name's Ali. He's a very sweet guy, and he's super well put together. And I always describe him like if we were to compare me and him, he's like a soaring like bald eagle, and I'm like a bat or like something like that. So
Okay.
maybe a bat. I don't know. I feel like that'd be cool. I like that.
And my last question for you is who are your favorite artists right now?
Ooh, let me check. Let's see what I've been listening to.
Sure.
I've been listening to a lot of the Claire album, Slang is really good.
Yeah.
I've been on a huge Alice in Chains kick. Alice in Chains is great. Chains is great. Break-ins I've been listening to. A lot of Beatles, some Soundgarden, a lot of that stuff. To go back, I don't know. I just listen to the same like 5 albums. It's like kind of boring. Like I'll go into friends' cars and I'll play the same song I played the other day, and they're like, "Dude." But recently, I've been getting good at it.
Awesome. Yeah, but those are great ones.
Oh, thank you.
No
What
problem.
have you been listening to? Give me some recommendations.
Remy Wolf has always been a favorite.
Yes, she's very good.
Yeah. Blonde Shell.
Ooh.
Good. So
Ooh,
good.
that nice one.
I just saw her in Montreal.
Mhm.
And like I was obsessed with her before the show and it was just amazing.
Ooh.
Child is very good.
Ooh.
Yeah, but Child with 3 eyes. So good.
Yeah, I've had a feeling it was gonna be spelled different because I feel like having the name just be Child, like I think that's sick, but I had a feeling they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, and I like one time I was telling my friend about Child
Mhm.
and like he was looking it up on Spotify and he was like, "Oh, I can't find it," but he really just
Mhm.
wrote Child with 3 eyes.
Damn, that's fire.
Well, it was so great chatting with you and I cannot
That's
wait
great.
for new music from you.
Oh, thank you for having me on, sir. I appreciate it. This is fun.